Hello YouTube, today I will be showing you my favorite 55 games for the iPod and iPhone. Hope you enjoy. It's just going to be a brief description of each game. First of all, I have 5 Minutes to Kill Yourself. It's a fun game to try to kill yourself, a creative idea. Next, I have Blades of Fury. It's a fun game where it's sort of like a Street Fighter type game, and you get really cool weapons and you fight another person. Next we have Bounce On. It's a platform game where you're a rubber ball that has to get by everyone. Next we have Brick Revolution 3D. Basically it's like a brick game, but it's really cool. Next we have the Cannon game, which is a nice fun game where you try to shoot targets with a cannon. After that we have Call of Duty World of War Zombies, which is a fun first-person shooter. Next we have Doodle Jump, which is a platform. You try to get to the top by bouncing on things. Next we have Draw Slasher, which is basically an app where you draw lines and then your guy goes and slashes through it. Then we have Dungeon Hunter, I believe, which is you're a guy and you go around with a sword, killing objects, getting better skills, getting more money and stuff like that. Then we have Eliminate, which is like my favorite first-person shooter. We have some hacks for that coming up soon, and it's online also. You can get energy and credits and upgrade. Then we have Enigma 2, which is a game where you get a bunch of tools and try to direct water in different paths to get into certain jars, and it's a pretty interesting game. Then next we have Fast Lane, which is my favorite racing game. That pretty much sums it up. Next we have SF5 Hockey, which is my favorite hockey game for the iPod/iPhone. Next we have Gamebox 11-in-1. Now it's 14-in-1, but basically it's just a bunch of games by the creator. Next we have Glow Ball, which are a glowing ball going around stages, breaking bricks, getting power-ups, and it's just a fun game. Next we have Heavy Mech, which doesn't look that cool with the icon, and the description doesn't seem that cool, but it's actually really fun. You go around in a tank, do different weapons, trying to go platformish game where you shoot enemies, and it's just really fun. iDracula, which is sort of like Minigore, but it's like more advanced and it's really cool. And we have Ignite, which is basically a flaming ball, and you have to get to the end of the stage by jumping across. It's an interesting game. Then we have iShoot, which basically you shoot you're a cannon, or it's like tanks for the computer, where you're both a tank and you get different power-ups and you just get to shoot the other people. Turn-based. Then we have iSniper 3D, which is like iSniper, but it's a 3D, better graphics, and it's all in all way better. Then we have Light Riders, which is just like Jailbreak, which is based on Tron. And then we have Meteor Blitz, where you go around shooting meteors and making them smaller and then collecting power-ups, and it's pretty advanced and cool. Then we have Metal Gear Solid Touch, which is sort of like iSniper. Basically, you just shoot people and duck under barricades, and it's a pretty cool app. Then we have Minigore, which is like an animated version of iDracula. It's sort of fun to play, but I still like iDracula better. Then we have Monopoly, this is the new version, or the new one, and you just basically play Monopoly. It's the full game. It has all the features that you play with the regular board game.
But I personally don't think that any computer-based Monopoly game is better than the original actually playing on a board.
You can play over Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, but it's just not the same experience you get playing a board game in real life. But it's sort of fun to play with the computer if you're really bored. Then we have Mr. A, which basically you're swinging from a rope, and you have to let go at the right time to jump onto the next platform. I just love the app. It's just really fun to play. Then we have Need for Speed Underground. It's a racing game with great graphics, and I like Fastlane better because it's simpler and has nicer music and all, but this is probably the next one. And then there's Peggle, which you probably know it's made by PopCap. It's everywhere, and basically you just bounce balls off pegs and try to get the right ones to disappear. Then we have Touch Physics, which is it's a sort of like a topple game, but it has different twists where you have to save eggs.
There's several different modes in this.
Yeah.
Not just topple is one of them, but then there's also other ones that are similar.
And then we have Pocket Devil, which is like Pocket God but less advanced but more gruesome. Then we have Pocket God, which has been developed for over a year with updates. It has tons of cool features. Next we have Rock Band, which is all you can expect for our mobile version. It has the drums, the bass, the guitar, and even singing. However, it's not really singing, it's just pushing buttons to the beat of the lyrics. The next app I will talk about, I'll refer to Rock Band. Then you have Run, which is an app where you try to jump over things, destroy things, punch things, and run as far as you can without dying. Then we have Dead Beef, which is basically you're in a spaceship and you have to shoot enemies with missiles. Then there's Spikey's Bounce Around, which you control a spike ball, and you have a certain amount of shots and you have to free all the butterflies. It sounds kind of corny, but I think it's a really cool game. Then we have Tap Tap Revenge 3, which is like a perfect mobile game which you can tap to the rhythm to, sort of like Rock Band, but Rock Band is more for like going to the exact beat and more like the game that you would find on the consoles, but Tap Tap is is better, I think, for mobile gaming, and I think I would prefer that over Rock Band. Then we have Terminator, which is basically an app where you go around shooting people. I haven't played it much, but it's pretty cool. Then we have Topple 2, which you have to put a bunch of blocks up in stacks and try not to make them fall, try to get to the highest point and to win, and there's multiple levels, and Topple 2 is pretty. And there is Touch Grind, which is basically like you have a little mini skateboard that you control with your fingers, try to do grinds, do tricks, get more boards. It's one of the first apps, and it's definitely cool. Then we have Venger, which is an app where you're a spaceship, and you fly through the levels and you shoot enemies, and it's a pretty cool game like that. Then we have Action Blocks, which basically you have a big block that you can control, and you get to tilt it back and forth and try to get it to fit in the hole in the end. It's a pretty interesting game, and they have versions for the desktop, and you might have seen that around or something similar. Then we have Bejeweled 2, which pretty much everyone knows about Bejeweled. Basically, you have jewels and you have to line them up and make them disappear. Then we have Block Puzzle, which isn't very common, but I love this app. You try to get one block from the top to the bottom by moving all the other shaped blocks, and it's a cool app. We might do a review on this soon. Then we have Crash Bandicoot's Kart Racing. I'm not exactly sure what it was called, but you're in a kart. It's a lot like Mario Kart for the DS, and you get power-ups, and it's a racing game. Then we have Epic Pet Wars, which basically you get a pet. We have a review on our channel if you want to check that out. And then we have Field Runners, which is a tower defense game. It's one of my favorites, and you get to control the pathway which the person goes, which is always a plus for tower defense games. And we have Finger Foos, which we also have a review for this. Basically, it's sort of like hockey mixed with foosball, and you can play via Bluetooth with 2 devices. Then we have Geo Defense Swarm, which is another tower defense game with really cool graphics. Then we have Glow Hockey, which is a glowing version of hockey, which is pretty neat. And we have Hero of Sparta, which is a game where you control a guy with a sword. It's not like Dungeon Hunter, and it's all in all a great game. Then we have iCopter, which you might have heard of this before on different systems, but you just control a helicopter, you tap to make him go up, let go to make him go down, and try to steer him across the stage. And we have Line Rider, very popular. You might know this on the computer, on the Wii, I believe, and you just make a guy, a little character appears, and you draw a little pathway for him to go on, and It's a interesting app that actually turned out pretty good. We have Marble Match, which is like a labyrinth game. Second to last, we have Maze Finger. This isn't in any order, any app. These are all my top 55. Basically, Maze Finger is a maze. You go with your finger, blocks light up, and pathways get blocked for a little while. You get power-ups. It's free, and it's really nice. And then there's Scribbattle, which is basically you have 3 guys in the bottom of the screen, and you have to shoot little doodle monsters that attack you to get to the next level. And there's a light version, which is pretty cool. You can check that out. Thanks for watching my 55 favorite games. Post a comment of your favorite if you want to. Rate this, comment, check out our giveaway, check out our Twitter and our website, which will be in the description, and see you in the next episode.